morning.
Good morning. Or afternoon. It's afternoon today.
Well, for me, it's morning.
Oh.
I forgot to do my timer. I like doing my timer.
To have an idea?
Yeah, because I feel like we bore people, and I don't want to keep them here.
Well, hopefully we don't bore them, because I feel bad for you this morning, so I decided I'm going to be really nice to you this episode.
You decided to be nice?
I'm going to try really hard.
We control ourselves, and we can decide to be nice to me every day.
No, but I feel so bad for you this morning. Steve's going on like 2 hours of sleep. He drove all through the night to get back from Kansas City.
We had a great show in Kansas City.
You snored on the couch for 2 hours, and now we're here.
Then I had another bad dream, but it's not even going to talk about that. But
we're going to keep it positive, baby.
I don't know if we can. I'm tired and grumpy. I'm going to be mean to you. As long as you're nice to me, I'll be mean to you.
But I haven't even had a chance to talk to you about this weekend. How was this weekend? How was Kansas City?
It was good. I want to first talk about the fact that, Terry, we're driving over here, and Renae goes, "You haven't even noticed my raincoat. You haven't noticed my cool raincoat." And I was like,
Well, no, y'all, I scored this really cool badass, like, it's green, but it has stars on it, so it's like a punk rock camo. Really cool. I got it for like $23, and it rained this morning. I was so excited to wear it.
Well, and then the funny part is we get in here, and I'm like, you should talk about your raincoat. And then she has a completely different coat. I have not seen that coat.
No, because Terry, I know you have a black curtain behind me, and then the raincoat's a little shiny, so I didn't know how it's going to look on camera. So this is jacket number 2, but I also scored this one for $20 at Nordstrom.
Which, by the way, and it's so funny to me how women are when it comes to like it's like
the minute it drops below 80 degrees.
Yeah, I'm in a tank top, and this one's like, I gotta put my I gotta get my new coat out.
It's raining outside, and it is just below 70 degrees, and so I would like bust out the jacket.
Animal print is definitely Captain Evil print.
Yes, it is.
But I haven't seen that coat, and then I hadn't seen the raincoat, and then here I am exhausted, and she's like, "You haven't even said anything about me. Why haven't you said anything about me and my raincoat?"
I was so excited about
Look at the raincoat. Show people because people like to know how Captain Evil dresses.
What happened was
Where is it? Did you bring it in?
I did. Yeah, but I rented clothes to wear for the special taping, but the rental doesn't arrive until Thursday, and we were filming on Saturday. So just in case, I was like, I need to have some backup wardrobe options. So I went shopping, and I bought like 5 dresses because I couldn't decide what I liked. And then I went back and I returned them all, but there was really cute stuff in the store, so I just exchanged it.
Yeah. Do you know how much stuff I bought for the filming of the show?
Nothing.
0. She was like, and by the way, she didn't even give a shit.
I was paranoid about it for you.
She wasn't like, well, what are you gonna wear? And
yes,
by the way, while I'm at Nordstrom, maybe I'll get Steve something nice.
You told me I'm not supposed to remind you, and I'm not supposed to nag, so I asked you if you knew what you were wearing, and you said yes, and I left it at that.
And it worked out great.
Yes,
it worked out great. It worked out. You didn't bitch. You didn't complain. You let me wear what I want. Well, and I'm at the point where, the other specials, I was like, ooh, I need an outfit. And you'd be like, no, you got to dress like this. And you got to wear a gay vest. And you got to do it like, you know what I mean? So I did. And then now I'm at the point where I'm like, look, I just got to be me. And I'm going to wear the same things I wear.
Well, now we know she's going to end up covered in sweat stains anyway.
So I had titty sweat. Yeah. I had the titty sweat. But, this weekend was great. We did the Kansas City Improv Comedy Club, which was awesome, and the crowds were great. We sold out every single show.
Had you been to that club before? I've never been to it.
Here's what the bummer about that was. I finally get into Kansas City, right? Which early in my career, it was impossible to explain to the bookers and to the agents. They had Terry. They would early in my career, I would go, I want to do Kansas City. I want to do Boston. And they would go, Steve, you're Mexican. There's no Mexicans in Kansas City.
Really?
And so I would have to fight, and I would go, my comedy is not about being Mexican. Yeah. My comedy is about being human. about being in a relationship, about life.
Which is why we ended up naming relatable, just to like beat people over the head.
Because it's relatable.
That, yeah.
But these agents and these managers and these bookers, like I wanted to do Pittsburgh, I wanted to do Kansas City, all these cities.
You kill it in Pittsburgh.
I kill it everywhere I go. But that was the point, is that I would have to scrap and fight. And they laughed at me when I go, let's do Boston. They go, oh, Boston, Steve. You're Mexican? What is that? I'm an American. I'm an American who speaks English. I happen to be Mexican. I don't shy away from being Mexican. I don't say that I'm not proud to be Mexican. I am very proud to be Mexican American. But I'm an American.
Yeah.
And I would get so mad. So I finally fight to get into Kansas. And the freaking Royals are in the pennant race to go to the World Series.
When was this?
5 years ago.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure we could Google it, but
Yeah.
So then literally nobody comes to my show because all the games are at Showtime. The city's going crazy because I don't think the Royals had ever won a World Series. So next to the Improv, there's a sports bar
That is packed.
slammed with people. So then, the bookers, I get so frustrated because here we are 6 months later trying to book the next year, and I go, hey, what about Kansas? Steve, we told you. Nobody wants to see you in Kansas. The numbers are horrible. And I go, they were in a freaking pennant race for the World Series. So I had not gone back. So it was so nice to go back, and we had people drive in from Nebraska.
No way.
Yeah, man, we had people come in from all over the Midwest.
Wow.
And it was a great show, great people. And this was the first time that I felt like it was an actual road gig.
Why? Because I wasn't there?
No, well, that was part of it. If I'm being honest, that was part of it. I missed you, right? I had the feeling of like, oh man, I'm in this hotel room without my wife,
you
right?
Too, baby.
So I missed you, and then afterwards, all the casinos were open. So I would go to the casino at night, have my little Crown Royal, and play craps.
Before you left, road manager Timmy was at the house, and you were like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna make a pit stop at a casino on the way out there. I booked a room, and Timmy was like, oh, I'm glad you told her, so I don't have to keep it.
I don't keep secrets. So it just felt like a road gig, and it was nice. And I decided to drive because, you know me, I want to get home as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, this time you had to get home as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, the Texas crew guys, they're real bougie. We have to work around their schedule. So they said, "Oh, you got to be." So I hauled ass home, got here.
I almost feel like you were more excited to get home and see your Camaro in the driveway than you were me. You were like, did anyone drive the Camaro this weekend?
I was very excited about it. Which, by the way, it's so cool because Kim and Tito, she hit me up right away, and she's like, oh, you're sponsored by Chevy? Any family deals? And I'm like, yes, there is. Because nowadays, you don't have to buy a car from a specific dealership. You get online, you go to Aztec Chevrolet, and you pick out the car you want. You call my friends over there, and you say, hey, Steve Trevino sent me. I found this deal over here for this much. But you know what? You match that deal, and I want to buy it from you and not them. Because you're in business. You're in bed with Steve Trevino. You're in bed with Captain Evil.
Oh.
I'm not worried about it. I know you don't put out. So just remember, it is AztecAutoplex.com. AztecAutoplex.com. Is that all they did?
No,
that's a different
commercial.
They gotta have like a jingle. Aztec, or is it AztecAutoplex.com?
That feels more like you. Yeah.
Right? Or is it AztecAutoplex.com?
Don't do that.
If you're gonna buy a Chevy, you buy it from my friends. Don't be a bitch. You had a couple things that you wanted to talk about.
I was surprised you wanted to go to the casino because last time you said it was like such a bummer in the casino. What time was it? What was it
I'm
like
no
this
quitter.
time around?
I'm not a quitter. Okay. Yes, it was a bummer. Well, no, the one in Kansas City was great, man. I mean, had good energy. By the way, Big Al Gonzalez got kicked out of the casino, but that's a whole nother story. Dude, I'm on a roll at the craps table, and Big Al Gonzalez comes, and he goes, we've got two security guards behind him, which, by the way, they're all tiny, right? And Big Al goes, hey, Steve, we're getting kicked out. I'm like, whoa, what is this we shit, man? You gotta go, dude. Like, you gotta leave. So he ended up having to leave. But it was good. And look, I love gambling. I love playing. I love.
Well, because you're lucky. That's why you like to play because you're lucky.
I've told you a million times. I am lucky because I don't care. I don't care about money.
Yeah.
I care to be there to have a good time. Which, by the way, we have some tax forms from the casino. Because
you didn't tell you won?
I'm a winner.
What?
Daddy wins. So I put it in my little toiletry bag. Another tax form for you. Because we're not even going to talk about the time I won $60,000 in Arizona on a progressive because I'm lucky.
I told you, you're lucky. I can't believe you got lucky this weekend.
Well, I mean, look, that's why I'm excited to be a part of, another partnership. I'm in Tampa, and I get hit up by a fan.
Yeah.
And she says, hey, do you mind? We're doing something really cool. I know you like to gamble. You mind talking to us? And you know me, I'll talk to, anybody. And we sat down, and there's a game that is played at the VFWs called Queen of Hearts, right? So basically the cards get laid out, and then if you pick the right number for the Queen of Hearts, you win money, right? Uh-huh. It's basically, it's a game of chance, right? I mean, it's not much of a gamble, right? I mean, it's a game of chance. So this guy has taken, and Dad and all his VFW guys used to play in Portland, so I know the game, and he goes, well, I've taken this to an app.
Well, I was going to say, I like this version because you can like earn tokens instead of spending actual money. So like, I'm not so anxious about it.
No, but you win real money.
No, I know you win real money, but you earn tokens to play into the game. So like, I can just watch a video and earn tokens.
So that's what it is. It's called Queen of Hearts. They partnered up with us because they know I like to gamble. They know I talk about it.
Yeah.
So please go sign up at Queen of Hearts. You will know the app right away. And then put in promo code Trevino so that we can continue to do business with them. So that they know it's coming from us. But it's really cool. You earn tokens. You enter the game.
They do like a live video drawing.
So Wednesday, Sunday, and Friday, you can win monies. And you can do it from the comfort of your cell phone. So, Queen of Hearts, check them out. Support the Treviños. Support the people that sponsor us. Which, again, I'm so happy. And I will make sure that anybody that becomes a partner with us, we like what they do.
Yeah.
And that we are into what they do. I'm interested, especially on this one, to see the comments.
Meanwhile, you're still in the same tank top.
I love the fact that all winter I'm going to be in this tank top. And Renae's going to be in furs and scarves.
Yes, I totally can't wait to wear a scarf.
That's what she told me. She was, I want it to get cold because I got these new boots. I'm like, that's what
I did. I almost wore like knee-high boots today, but I was like, okay, that's pushing it. At least wait till it gets like in the actual 60s.
It has nothing to do with it being cold. She wants to change outfits, which, by the way, we have all these bins that Renae literally switches out. Well, now our closet's bigger.
Now our closet's big, but before I
now
would
she has
switch
a
out
winter
mine.
section. Now she has a summer section.
Yes.
A spring section.
Well,
And then
these days it's what actually fits.
And then my section is like this big, dude, in the whole closet. Like all my shit is like this big. But then I did decide that because everybody wants to know what you're doing inside the house, that I'm going to show everybody what I'm doing outside the house.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
You made this, he is digging up rocks out of the backyard, y'all, with a shovel. I mean, man is exhausted. He's worn thin from filming the special last week. And then this week you were like running on fumes with the schedule. And in between, instead of just chilling out for a little bit, you're out there shoveling rocks. Meanwhile, you're like, no more IKEA furniture. I cannot put together any more IKEA furniture. But you have no problem shoveling rocks in the backyard?
Because it was after the show. I had already filmed the show. And you know me, I will not sit down. I will not sit still. I'm going to move rocks today.
I wish you would just hire someone for the rocks. At least the soil's going to be wet today, but I wish you would just hire someone for the rocks.
Even if I hire somebody, you know I'm going to go do something else. It doesn't matter. I don't stop. Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I told you, I live my life. What can I do today to make my life better for tomorrow? That's how I live my life.
There was a landscape company out of San Antonio that was like, call us, Steve. And then I was like, I wish he would. And they were like, just call us when he's on the road.
No, I do. Did they say that?
Yes.
Freaking jerks. But I do need to call them because I want them to do the things in the front. But there's no way. I'm bringing 3 belly dumps of dirt. Nobody else is running that Bobcat but Daddy. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. I'm gonna be out there. I was
gonna say you want an excuse to rent a Bobcat. That's what this is really about. Okay.
The front yard's full of rocks, and we need to. I want a nice yard. Look, you can't be Mexican American and not have the best yard in the neighborhood. It goes with the. You know what I mean? You have to have the bed. They're gonna be like, oh, I guess they only do other people yards. But yes, I want to show people what we're gonna do with the yard. I showed them the swing.
Yes.
I finally got the swing up, which, oh my God, dude, immediately starts bitching.
I did not bitch. You chose the swing you want. I said, go get whatever swing you want. And I don't care. It's not a big deal.
You do this thing where it was like, I don't want to bitch. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like, I don't want to, because I know that you've been upset. You did, I know. And it's going to go on the podcast, so I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm complaining.
No, you know what? It's this beautiful natural swing, and it is attached with these ropes.
Toe straps.
That belong on a truck.
Which, by the way, Terry, I did my research. I YouTubed it, I read about it, I Googled it, and I was trying to find the safest, best way to hang this thing, and all of them said toe straps. Wrap the toe straps around so that the bark doesn't take a beating, and it's very, very safe. So that's what I did. And I picked black. And then this one's like, do we need that? Is there not a better way to do it? I'm like, I don't know. Did you do it? Did you Google it?
Listen, I wore 2 coats today. Clearly, I am much more about aesthetics than practicality.
Look, I'll go straight to the tree, but when it falls on your head and you die...
It's a new joke.
And I have a new, younger co-host. I'm kidding. But you do look beautiful, and you look more preggers than ever today. You had a good weekend, though?
I did. I'm pacing myself.
Oh, yeah, then Daddy Raymond and Mama Mia came?
Yes, Steve was worried about me being on my own this weekend and my energy level, so he called in reinforcements.
So then I get this video, which, by the way...
Oh, I forgot about this.
I love that everybody's getting in on they love it.
Yeah, everyone's in on the joke.
Everybody's in on the joke. Everybody's in on the podcast. Everybody's like, my mom, like, she's a little extra now. Right, because she's like, well, maybe I'll get a mention.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait for everyone to see her on the special. I saw an edit of the podcast, she's so good. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
So Mama Mia and Babe are there, our Daddy Raymond are there, and I get a video, and your mom's going, Steve, this is how you throw boxes away. And then Daddy Raymond's like, you cut him down. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so Renae. Here's this guy creating more work for himself. I'm like, or you could fold them, stick them in the trash can, and let the trash can lid stay a little open.
Dad wanted you to see how nice and neat the boxes were in the trash can.
To throw boxes away, Daddy Raymond cut them into little pieces. And I'm like, why would you waste your energy and time?
To send you a video and shit on you?
Yeah. And then your mom's like, this is how you do it. Right? I have it right here. I have the video.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just know
it was so
they
funny.
Were making it.
Yeah, they're all podcasters now. They're all Instagram podcasters.
Well, if Renae can do it, anyone can.
Exactly. So here it is. Look.
Okay, this is how you do the boxes. You have to cut them.
Fit them into the trash can, please. So Babe wants you to know.
And I'm watching this like, really? This is the video of it again?
My stomach hurts.
But it's so funny because they weren't like, yes, your dad is like you, where he likes to create more work for himself.
Or I'm like my dad.
You're like your dad, where you both like to create more work for yourself.
Sure.
But the fact that now they're like, send the video. Like it's on her flip phone, right? It's all grainy and like, hey, you should do this. It's on the iPhone 1. You guys should do this. So I just thought that was really funny, but it was nice that they came because I wanted them to see, help you with Garrett's Little League.
He
game.
loves. You know what was so funny? He loves having them at baseball. He hit it, and he'd like catch a ball or something. He wouldn't even look back at me. He'd look at Babe to see if Babe saw it. Yeah.
Well, Daddy Raymond.
Daddy Raymond.
Yeah. You look at Daddy Raymond. So that was great, and then we were having the conversation about first baby versus the new baby coming.
You and I have just been having lots of discussions about like what we would do differently this time around. Just kind of thinking about it and how things have already been different this pregnancy.
Well, I definitely think that with the second kid, you give less fucks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, second kid, we had a whole baby registry picked out, like a
First
big old
kid.
First kid, yeah, big old baby shower.
Every week I'd be like, this week in your pregnancy. And then we would read like, it's the size of an avocado.
At night you would read to me
and then
from
I would
the
read
app.
to her everything that was happening that day or whatever.
Yes.
And then now we're like, whatever. You feeling good? All right, good. We're feeling good? All right, we'll make it happen. But then you're like, when Garrett would sleep, I just remember like, he wouldn't be moving. And of course we had the camera in there and I'd run over there. Like, is he alive? Is he alive?
Is he breathing?
Right.
Yeah,
And so now there's like, we have friends that have babies, like Kyle and Solana. And I'm like, dude, they're good. They're really hard to kill. They're like you're good, dude. Don't. So, I mean, there's definitely you learn a lot.
Yeah.
You learn a lot with the first one versus the second one.
Oh, but people have been like sending me messages chiming in about just wait till Steve's a girl dad. And I'm so excited and curious because you're so tough with Garrett. How you will parent differently.
No, we have
when
to
it's
switch
a daughter.
roles.
What do you mean we have to switch roles?
I'm the asshole and the heavy for Garrett and the disciplinarian.
Okay.
And then now you're going to have to be the disciplinarian for Delilah.
But I'm still the disciplinarian. I still have to be the disciplinarian for Garrett because you're on the road.
Dude, Garrett gets away with fucking murder with you. Dude, Garrett does something and he looks at her. Like, he literally looks at her like...
That's not true.
Yeah.
We just care about different things. If he wants to watch TV or play video games, he goes straight to you. And then you always say, did you ask your mom? What did your mom say?
No, because... And I always tell them, man... It's very important that both parents back each other up. If Renae says no, even though I want him to, we're done. It's a no. And vice versa.
Yeah.
Because the kids are smart, man.
Well, I was going to say, the kid's smart. He knows what to go to for you and what to come to for me.
They know, because I hate to say this, but you're training them. You know what I mean? Like, I forget who we were with, but they had a 1-year-old, and the 1-year-old's like, losing his shit in the restaurant, and they grab him and go outside, and then when we go outside, the dad and the 1-year-old are having a blast. And I'm like, you don't realize that psychologically you're teaching your son, hey, you don't have to sit at the table.
In the high chair. Let's go outside.
Right? You don't have to sit in the high chair. Here's what you do. You freak the fuck out, and then we get to go outside and have fun. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think parents realize the psychology of it.
Yeah.
So like for us, it was like, no, dude, you're sitting here and you can freak out all you want, but you're sitting here. This is what's happening. So here's a little truck, here's a little car.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Because I'm not going to reward you for being a little asshole right now.
Well, let's see what happens when Delilah gets here.
That's different. That's different. Look, Joe Trevino always said, because I asked Dad, I said, why do you treat me different than your daughters, my sisters?
Right.
And Dad said, because I am showing you how to be a man. And I am showing my daughters how to be treated by a man.
I like that. That's interesting.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach
But
Delilah.
I also feel like you look at me and you look at how my parents raised me and you know I'm a pain in the ass. So you're like, okay, I know what I don't want to do. But then you look at your dad and how he raised your sisters, and I'm very different from your sisters. I'm a very different personality type.
Right.
And you can't help but wonder, like, how much of that is the actual parenting, and how much of that is just the little soul that we are born with.
Oh, no, look, I think that all of us in this room, Rick included, we are all pre-wired, right? And it's just, we are who we're going to be, and then the parenting enhances whatever those traits are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's funny to me that my dad is a very angry guy, right? My dad is a very aggressive guy. My dad gets grumpy and frustrated. I get grumpy and frustrated. I get angry. And then to see Garrett, who I've really tried to not show him that side of me. I've made a big effort to do that. Yet Garrett goes, oh!
Oh, I was going to say this weekend.
Oh! Like,
we were getting dressed yesterday morning for church, and he was trying to button. I told him he had to wear a button-up shirt, so he comes down, and his buttons are crisscrossed. Oh! I said, what's the problem, Garrett? Oh, my buttons.
I can't get them. All right, he'll be trying to put on a shoe, and he's like, stupid shoe, and like just throw it. And I'm like, oh, that's definitely a Trevino trait. Of, my dad would be like, move out of the way, God damn it, and then break it, But I think that I think as humans, we're pre-wired. I think that we are who we are, and then the way that you bring your kids up is it enhances those things.
Yeah.
Like Garrett has drive. Garrett's just one of those kids that he wants to win.
But I also feel like part of the reason he loves baseball so much is because we love baseball. Like, we just never really encouraged soccer. Not, you know what
But
I
I
mean?
did that on purpose. I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I always told Terry, I said, okay, because I've been playing ball with my son since
Someone was asking about it this weekend, and I said one of the first things you bought him was a rattle that was a little soft baseball. And you would just throw it at him and let him play with it.
And I would roll it to him. And even when he was, as soon as he was old enough to sit down, I would roll a baseball to him. Roll it, and then he would roll it back. And that's where it started. But I also told myself, I will never say no to playing ball, right? So Garrett knows that he can stop me from working if he brings a ball to me, right? We have a bucket, it has the balls, it has the gloves, it has the bat, and he has his little tee, and Garrett will be trying to get my attention, and unfortunately, he works with me too. He does like to work with me. Yeah. And we'll be working together, and then he's overworking together, and then he's like, Dad, come do this with me, or come do that with me.
This weekend, we stopped at a friend's house in the neighborhood, and the kids had a shovel in the back of their Power Wheel. Garrett started shoveling rocks.
There you go. But that's another reason that I don't hire people. I don't hire...
Garrett sees you work.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't hire people because I want Garrett to see me work. I want Garrett to see that, hey, man, that's not how life works. You don't just hire people to do things. A lot of people can't afford to do that. And I don't expect my son to have the money to afford to do that. So he's going to need to learn to do things himself. So that's why I also work. But Garrett knows if I bring the bucket of balls, Dad will stop what he's doing to play ball with me. Right? So I made an effort to go, every time he brings me a ball to play baseball, he knows that I will. And I get really excited, and I'm like, when he hits the ball, I'm like, boom, baby. And we yell and we scream, and we have a really, great time with it.
Yeah.
So that he knows that, I get so mad, like these videos that go viral, and they're like, oh, this 2-year-old's already hitting the ball. I'm like, bitch, my son's been hitting the ball forever. I'll show you. I got a video of it. So carry the conversation.
No, I was just going to say, but I think we say all this now, but I think a little girl's a whole different ballgame.
No, I told you. I'm going to spoil her, and I'm going to show her how I think that her future husband should treat her. I will make sure... And don't get me wrong, of course I'm going to have some discipline for her.
I was going to say, I don't feel like growing up, I don't remember my mom. I don't think of my mom as like a strong disciplinarian. Like I was a good kid. I didn't necessarily need to be disciplined.
You have zero discipline. Zero discipline. Dude, honestly, do you ever remember your parents telling you no?
Sure.
Tell me when.
Sure.
Tell me when.
Well, baby, like to a specific instance, like I don't know. I didn't get a car as soon as I turned 16.
When have your parents ever told you no?
When I was 16.
You got a car. You had a little red pickup truck.
No, for a while I drove, I don't even know what it was called, if it was like a Monte Carlo or what the hell. I had this old car that was covered in like sparkle glitter that was one of my uncle's cars or something. That had no power steering and no AC.
When have your parents ever told you no? Especially Daddy Raymond.
No, don't marry Steve.
They did say that. That is a fact. But again, you were like, nobody tells me no. I do what the fuck I want to do. And if I want to marry that chubby, funny guy, I will. I'm so bummed trying to find the video. Is this it?
It was when we lived in the greenhouse, yeah.
And he's been hitting the ball.
He was little. He was probably like 18 months or something.
Oh, he was in a pamper, hitting bombs, dude, with a plastic bat, just bah! But but people go, all the time in the same sentence. People tell me, "Man, Steve, you got a good kid, but you're really hard on him." And I'm like, "Do you not realize what you're saying? That's why he's a good kid." Because I'm hard on him, and I don't.
But why do I have to be the heavy just because she's a girl? I don't follow that logic.
Because it's your turn. I've got to raise a man, and I'm not saying that women can't raise a man, but it's better for a man to raise a man. A son needs a daddy.
Yeah.
And you don't take him to the ranch. You don't take him to fish. You don't know how to tie a lure on. I do. I got to teach him all those things. And he loves it. It's not that he doesn't, I don't make him do it. He freaking, kid's a savage. We're very excited about his birthday coming up on October 9th. I'm so bummed I can't find this video.
No, well, he's very excited about his birthday coming up, but you said this is a no birthday year, so I just keep reminding him so he's not hugely disappointed that it is not a birthday year.
No, he gets it. Like, he knows. But again, it's all about raising a man.
We'll find the video. We'll post it on social media later when we find it.
See, now that you have to carry the conversation, Mrs. Star of the show.
Because you're not even paying attention. You're sitting here looking
there's
at
me
your
and Mike
phone.
Tyson.
See? Him and Mike Tyson. He's not even paying attention.
No, carry the conversation.
This should be totally normal for me, like most of our conversations where I talk to you and you're not paying attention.
Huh? Got her. But I mean, look, I think that it's your department to raise a lady, and it's my department to show this little lady how I agree with
that. I agree with her. I agree with that. That a mom is really the one to show a little girl how to be a lady.
I love the idea
how to curse like a lady.
The father-daughter dances. I think those are great, right? So that she knows how she should be treated, right? Yeah. And to get dressed up and go have a nice meal with her daddy, I'm all about it. But I'm not gonna do that with Garrett. You go. He loves when you take. We do
ChickfilA dates when you're out. Usually we used to go on Thursdays when the dining room at Chick-fil-A was open and you were on the road. That would be our mommy son date. We'd have a ChickfilA date.
Oh, there's him and Brad Garrett. It's awesome. A lot of good memories. I can't believe I can't find him hitting the ball. Rick's getting annoyed. He's like, Steve, just send it to me.
I'm getting annoyed. Thank you, Rick.
No, look, I think we're learning a valuable lesson here. No Steve Trevino, no show. No show. Mrs.
No, baby, we all know that. I just sit here and look pretty. And talk shit.
You do talk a lot of shit. But it's there's definitely going to be a big difference for me.
Yeah.
I want to spoil her. I want to ruin some man's life too.
Really? I'm surprised to hear you say that. After you've had to live life with me, I'm genuinely surprised to hear you say that.
But there's something that your parents did that made you look for the man and not the looks. And I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm not a tall guy.
Yeah.
We talk about that all the time where, you saw something in me.
Right.
And I think that we have to make sure that our daughter doesn't have these unrealistic standards of what this man is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, he's got to be tall and he's got to have abs and he's got, and it's like, well, how about he's got to go to work? how about he's got to be a good man? How about he has to love you more than he loves himself?
My mama told me that one.
You know?
Yeah, my mama told me that one.
Well, because, I mean, Daddy Raymond doesn't stop. You know, Daddy Raymond lives for
his family, for sure.
The guy does not, well, and money. There's two things your dad loves: his family.
Well, he's got daughters that like to
money.
go shopping, so.
He doesn't have that problem anymore. He pawned that shit off real quick. He's like, here, it's your problem now. But it'll definitely be different.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes I voice my opinions on here on how I raise my son, and I worry, you know, because we get so many critics and we get so many comments, and you know, sometimes I'm like, man, do I even need to share that? Because I'm really hard on Garrett, man.
Yeah.
And I expect Garrett to study hard, work hard.
But we also feel like a lot is going to be expected of him, and so we're trying to prepare him for that.
Yeah, and it's very complicated for us with him because we do have a lot going on. We have a lot more money than I grew up with.
Right.
You know, so.
And we're so blessed, and because we are so busy, there are so many conveniences, and because he's with us, he gets all those conveniences.
Yeah, he gets all the good shit, right? And you know, he walks into hotel rooms and he's like, "Well, this one's small." And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, how do I fix that? Like, I gotta do something, you know." So, you know, one time in a hotel, we were waiting for the valet to bring our car, and Garrett spilled water all over the floor, and immediately hotel staff was like, "Oh, Mr. Trevino, we got that, Mr. Trevino. Mr. Trevino, we got it." And I go, "No, give Garrett a towel." And they gave Garrett the towel. I go, "You clean it up." And the staff was like, "No, but sir, we'll do it. No, we're happy to do it." And I go, No. He needs to learn that he's not here to be served. He made the mistake. He dropped the water. Now I have earned being served. I tip a lot. But he needs to learn that, you know. And I've always said that, you know, once he gets to a certain age, which we're really good about, he has to make his bed in the morning. Yeah. He has to pick up his toys. There is, you know, our house, you go to our house, and there's not toys all over the house. I mean, he has to put them up when he's done. And then, when, you know, in a couple of years, hey, the cleaning ladies aren't going in your room, dude.
Yeah.
You clean your room. I've earned cleaning ladies. You have not earned cleaning ladies.
You're talking to me or Garrett?
You too. Dude, Renae had a cleaning lady her whole life. That's how I wanted Delilah to be.
No, she didn't go. She didn't go in our rooms either. That was my parents' rule too, was that she cleaned the house, but she did not clean our
Renae,
room.
you didn't know how to do laundry when I met you.
That's not true. You're the one who turns the whites pink. I know how to do laundry.
You didn't know that when you clean the microwave, you clean the inside.
It's the cooking that I've never been
You
good
didn't
at.
know to cover the food when you warm it up. Because you didn't give a shit that it splattered everywhere because somebody was coming to clean it.
No, I'm just not a cook. I don't cook.
Oh, I know.
That is not my strength.
I'm aware. I'm the cook.
I've admitted that before.
But I love to cook.
You do enjoy cooking, and you're great at it.
I love to cook, and I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, I wanted to talk about these meals. Oh. I haven't said anything.
I was waiting. I could tell by the look on your
Bro.
face. I was waiting for you to say something.
And I'm so tired of boxes. I have so many fucking boxes.
Well, why does it matter? Daddy Raymond cuts them up for you and puts them away.
Once. Dude, every day, every week in the trash, I gotta get box stock. Like,
well,
it's unbelievable.
We're ordering everything now. We're not like physically going to the stores anymore. I'm just ordering everything.
So she's ordering this food now that's supposed to be super healthy meals for the family.
It's very healthy. I wanted us to eat more vegetables.
Oh my God,
You can cook everything in like 15 minutes. They send you all the groceries for the week, and it's like several meals.
And then this one here goes, you want to make tacos? I go, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, make some tacos, right? And I'm eating it, and I go, what is this shit, dude? What is this meat? And she's like,
it's the Beyond Burger.
It's the Beyond Burger. And I'm like, I see the commercials where they go, you can't tell. Bullshit. I know this is freaking I mean, it's not. And what she goes, so you're okay eating it? I go, I'll eat it. I'll eat anything. I don't care.
But it's like pumpkin tofu. Like, it's seriously healthy stuff.
Dude,
but I'm not doing it for every meal. I just think that, like, to add more vegetables into our diet for most of the week. And I don't mind cooking it. I can make it in 15 minutes. It's super easy. It's super convenient.
What were the noodles you had the other day?
Food.
They were freaking
cauliflower noodles.
She's like, well, you're eating it. I'm like, well, I'm not going to not eat it because...
Once you cover it in marinara sauce, you can't really taste the difference.
And the meatballs were all sad and dry. And I mean, I'll eat whatever. I don't give a shit. But I'm like, come on, dude.
I cook for health, and you cook for, like...
To be fat.
It's really yummy.
To be fat, like I am. Well, no, my dad told me, he goes, look, man, he goes, you like arroz con pollo, you like... homemade tortillas.
Make the best arroz con pollo.
You like
Actually,
enchiladas,
can you make
right?
Today? You've only been home. You've only got 2 hours of sleep, and I'm asking you to make arroz con pollo.
You know I will.
It's so good.
My mom taught me how to make all her recipes that I like, because I knew that even though she's Mexican American, she's more American than Mexican, and she doesn't cook. She don't know how to cook any of that shit. So I'm the one that learned how to cook it, and my arroz con pollo.
It's the best. It's the best. Better than Sarah's, better than your mom's, better than my mom's.
We're recording this!
It's the best. Well, because I'm trying to convince you to make some for me today.
She's never going to cook for you again.
I think Delilah would really like some arroz con pollo on a rainy
I'll make
day.
you some.
But
then you were good at, Renae can follow a recipe.
I make really good chicken enchiladas and like a green sauce.
We call it the green guy enchiladas because Kyle Ray and his wife Solana.
Yeah, they can't take credit for the recipe.
Yeah, we can't take
actually
it.
Solana.
Solana did it, and Kyle was all like,
she made them for us when I had Garrett.
Right, and Kyle was all racist about it. Because he was like, oh my God, don't make enchiladas for Mexicans. And I'm like, we're Americans. Stop treating us like we're fucking from Mexico. Like, so she brings this tray of enchiladas and, it's a lot of activity back there today. She brings us this tray of enchiladas and Kyle was like, I don't know if you're going to like them. And, which by the way, like my mom doesn't make chicken enchiladas ever.
No, she doesn't. No, none of us grew up eating
She makes the beef and cheese ones, right? And we eat these. I'm like, oh my God, these are freaking delicious.
So good.
So Renae stole the recipe, and now she makes it all the time.
Whenever I have to feed a big group of people, that's like my go-to.
I'm proud of her because she's getting better at it. Like in the beginning, she would put too much green sauce or too much cilantro or too much this, and now I'm like, all right. We're learning.
That and meatloaf, I think, are the only two things I can really cook.
Because I cook with taste. I taste things, right? And
But you're a cook. You have that skill. You can tell, it needs a little bit more of this, or it's missing more of that. I don't have that
That was the hard
skill.
part with Mom teaching me, well, mijo, you just do this and that. And I'm like, slow down. Like, I need to learn how you do it. But I do things by taste. And I make the Borracho beans that Mom makes. God bless America.
In the pot. They just marinate all day long.
And the crock pot. And then the whole, 2 hours into it, you're like, when are they going to be ready?
The juice.
The whole
I'll
house.
just go over there and keep drinking the juice.
Dude, this one ruined an entire pot of beans for me. So, she wanted the juice, and the beans weren't ready. So she made herself a bowl of the juice, and then she thought she was going to be smart and put water back in it. It's separated. I'm like, what did you do to my beans? She's like, I don't know. I just wanted some juice.
I don't know how to cook.
I know.
I don't know how to cook.
But, we were talking about maybe because Miss Dora is so charismatic and so much fun that maybe we'll do...
Cooking with Miss Dora?
Yeah, cooking with Miss Dora. Profanity cooking with Miss Dora. and maybe Miss Dora can teach those recipes to people because she's such a great cook. And, her homemade tortillas are unbelievable. And her tamales... every year. I'm going to bring you guys tamales this year.
That is so much work. Holy cow.
God, listen to this one here.
No, it's just work. It's like, you guys, to make them homemade is almost so much work that it's really not worth it because they're so little.
No, but you know what it is you're used to working hard for so little. Did you like that one?
I did.
That was a good one.
Really hit home.
I think the making of the tamales, yes, it's a lot of work, but I think it's about the family time.
Yeah.
You know, my godmother, Madrina Angie, she comes, my mom, my sisters, they all get to hang out. It's a hangout.
No, I know. That's what you said. This last year you were like, because Garrett and I were actually in town this last year when they made them, and so you were like, hey, let's go, and that way you guys can do it all together. Meanwhile, I'm in the kitchen doing all this work, and you're nowhere to be found. I was like, you're the one who likes this tradition.
No, it's a lady tradition. It's not a man tradition.
I like all of you getting together. Let me go out and enjoy myself.
No, you don't like getting together with them. They like it. My sister enjoys it. And when my Madrina Angie's gone from this earth, spent those moments.
It's not about
with
not
my
about
mom,
the time.
You know what I mean?
We can spend time shopping. There are other things we can spend time.
Because she doesn't like
shopping.
So every year I kill Mom a pig. I go to the ranch. I kill her a pig, and I bring her the pig, and then she makes us all tamales with my sisters. Yeah. And I love it. And I just want my wife to...
You love eating them. That's what it is. You love eating them.
I do love eating them.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that, again, that my mom enjoys making them for me.
But now that I know what actually goes in them, I have a hard time eating them.
Really?
The lard? That tub of lard?
It's delicious, dude. But we never do that anymore. I don't eat, we don't eat lard anymore.
I enjoyed tamales a lot more before I had actually seen lard.
And I'm going to start a debate, and I know there's people from all over the world watching the podcast, and there's people that don't eat tamales, but I'm going to start a debate because we're going to find out right here. You have to eat them with ketchup. And you guys eat them with ketchup? Oh my God, dude! I love them with ketchup.
Yeah.
And I love them with ketchup, and people get mad. So there's a big debate, especially in Texas, of are you a ketchup on your tamales guy or a non-ketchup?
Oh, well, we've also had some of your cousins come stay with us, and we didn't have like Tabasco or hot sauce in our spice cabinet, and they were like, "What kind of Mexicans are you?
Americans!" Very good episode. Every week we talk about how, oh my gosh, right? Like, what are we going to talk about? And then the time flies. And, here we are at the end. So that concludes another outfit for Renae. 2 outfits today, but it was a good episode. Please follow my beautiful wife, Renae, on her Instagram. She is I am Renae with an A, because she spells her name Renae.
Because I'm extra.
You are extra. So please follow her on Instagram. She loves it. And then we will see you next week. Thank you. And look forward, very soon you'll get to see the new special we recorded.